So I have my pastry dough here, and it has come straight out of the refrigerator. And I'm doing 2 individual desserts here. So I have a little bit of Frangipane. You can consult the website for that recipe, or if you're watching this from the project page, it will be right there for you. But I'm going to go ahead and put some of this Frangipane down. This is really going to complement our strawberries. And I'm just going to use this offset spatula and spread that out. Now you can do a thin coating, you can do a thick coating. I personally love the Frangipane, so I like to do it a little bit thicker. But I do want to make sure that I stay within sort of a perimeter here. So I have a little bit of space around here so that when I go to fold this over, I don't have a bunch of Frangipane on the edges. So I'm just going to repeat that over here on this little guy. Right, so now I've got my Frangipane, and you can see these two, they're not exactly the same size, which is fine. But I've got my strawberries here, and I'm going to just create a little edge here with my strawberries, just like so. And that's going to give me a little bit of an edge to fold that dough up over the pastry dough. Spread these out just a little bit more so they're a little more flat. And then I'll just come through and do these in the center. Now these strawberries are beautiful, so I'm not going to add much sugar to them because they're very delicious and nice and ripe. But if you have some strawberries that are out of season and aren't quite super sweet, you can always sprinkle some sugar on top. So I've got those piled up. I'm going to repeat the process. Let me flip this around. And I'm just going to repeat the process here. And I'll layer these guys inside. So I'm going to have just enough strawberries. Okay, so now I'm going to flip this back around. Now I'm going to start with my dough here. And I'm just going to, I think it might be a little bit easier to see this if I pull this out so that you don't have that lip from the pan in the way. So I'm going to just kind of start to bring this dough over. And then I'm just going to slightly overlap it, just like so. So it's going to hug those berries, those beautiful strawberries, just like so. Lay that one down, so there we go. So just want to make sure that's nice and in position. I'm going to move this one back onto my sheet pan, just like so. And then I'm just going to repeat the process. So now I've got both of my little desserts nice and shaped. So I've got a rubber spatula here, or little rubber baster, and some melted butter. And I'm going to go ahead and put some butter on this crust. Now you could of course do one big huge galette or crostata or tart or whatever you want to call this, rustic pie. But the individual ones are really nice because everybody gets their own little dessert. All right, that looks pretty good. Make sure I didn't miss any spots. Move that out of my way. And then I'm just going to take my finger and just get any excess butter up. And then I have a little bit of sugar here. A little bit of sugar here. And I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to do it on the edge of the dough. Of course, if you get some on the strawberries, it's not going to hurt anything. It's just going to make it that much more delicious. But I do want to try to avoid getting a lot here on my parchment because that sugar will burn. And then this is just going to go in the oven and bake until golden brown. And that's it. Into the oven we go. Here is our baked crostata, galette, tart, whatever you want to call it. It's perfectly baked. You want to let this sit for at least 15 to a half hour, 15 minutes to a half hour. Let it cool down completely. Serve it with a little whipped cream and enjoy. Go ahead and make some fresh whipping cream. So I've got some delicious cream here, heavy whipping cream. I'm going to give this a good shake. Open that up. I'm going to put a cup of cold. This just came right out of the refrigerator, so you want it nice and cold. And to that, I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla bean paste, a little bit of sugar, and this product called Whip It. This will help stabilize the whipped cream and make it so that it doesn't go runny. And then I'm just going to whip this. Alright, so we've got our whipping cream here. Scrape that down. It looks nice. Whipping cream. So we've got our beautiful galette here. Tart, crostata, whatever you want to call it. And I've got this little pizza cutter here, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this. And look at that beautiful dessert. Put a little dollop of that fresh whipped cream on there. And yum. How beautiful is that? Let's cut into that. Get all those nice flakes, a little bit of that whipped cream. Delicious. Enjoy.